I think people look at Kawhi Leonard and they mistake his quietness for stupidity. And Kawhi Leonard's probably a very sensitive guy off the court. I can see that. He's obviously a very quiet guy, socially awkward guy maybe. I heard he drives like a 1994 Chevy Tahoe. That tells me a lot about his character. That dude is crazy. But I don't want people to mistake Kawhi Leonard's quietness for stupidity. Just because he's quiet doesn't mean he's not smart and educated, or has someone around him that he believes who's smart and educated. The quiet people in my school, when I was growing up, they usually had the best grades. They paid attention to stuff. Read through the lines, probably read through the lines a little too much. Now, I think being a talker is better in the end. You negotiate, you're better at social skills, you're better around people. But let's not say that the quiet person is the stupid guy in the room. I think Kawhi Leonard watched the NBA playoffs last year. For those who don't know, let me go ahead and bring you back. So Isaiah Thomas got injured for the Boston Celtics last year, got injured midway through the season on Karl Anthony Towns, I believe. And Isaiah Thomas injured his hip. He fell, I think maybe Cat fell on his hip, something like that. He fell going at Cat. He needed surgery right then and there. Isaiah Thomas had a year and a half on his contract at that point. He'll be a free agent this summer. So he had a year and a half on his contract last year with Boston. He was playing like an MVP. He was top 5 in MVP voting last year. Isaiah Thomas was like, dang, I'm finally in a situation where they love me. I'm wanted for once. I wasn't wanted in Sacramento. I wasn't wanted in Phoenix. I'm wanted. And he loved being wanted. We all want to be loved by somebody. Boston loved Isaiah Thomas. So Isaiah plays through the playoffs. He gets to the playoffs. His sister passes away. God rest the dead. Not only is he now in the playoffs playing on a bad hip, he needed surgery. All he can do is make that hip worse. He's 5'9". So he's going at bigger guys every time he goes to the rim. Every time. No matter who's at the rim. And he's one of those guards that's aggressive and gets to the rim and takes a lot of contact. Small guy. So Isaiah's like, okay, my sister passes away. I'm playing anyway on a bad hip. He plays and plays and plays. Gets to the Eastern Conference Finals and he just can't play anymore. What do you leave around game 2 or 3? You lose Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas goes into the summer like, you know what? We look good. We got our mindset on Gordon Hayward. His coach is our coach now. Brad Stevens was the coach for Gordon Hayward at Butler. Isaiah's like, this is going to be a great summer. Out of all people, the one point guard that you can't not trade for, right? Between Kyrie and Steph, you got to make a trade for either one of these guys. Kyrie miraculously becomes available. Doesn't want to play LeBron anymore. Doesn't want to be in Cleveland anymore. So Boston's like, we got to make this move. Sorry, Isaiah. At that moment, Isaiah Thomas now becomes vulnerable. You trade him. He thought he was home. He did everything for that organization he can to prove he was the guy for the future. A better player opened up. Kyrie Irving. You trade for Kyrie Irving. Isaiah goes to Cleveland. Now you're thrown into a mess with the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron's expectations. They're struggling. They're blaming you. You get traded again to the Lakers and you injure your hip again. Right? Now Isaiah Thomas, honest to God truth, he'll be lucky to make the mid-level exception for $5 million this summer. He'll be lucky. Nobody's going to invest any big money into him. He's a 29, 30-year-old point guard with a bad hip. And he's 5'9". And he's emotional in the locker room. He talks too much at post-game press conferences. Nobody's going to give him a big payday. Nobody's investing in him to be the point guard of the future. It ain't happening. No team in the league. Kawhi looked up and said, I've seen how this Isaiah Thomas situation played out. And I don't feel right. I don't know what's going on, but I don't feel right. I ain't playing, bruh. I got $150, $200 million on the line. If I'm Kawhi Leonard, I suck at commercials. I suck at talking to people. My endorsement money ain't that great. I ain't risking my contract for y'all. I already won a Finals MVP. I beat LeBron in the damn Finals. I'm better off than what Isaiah was. I didn't prove to y'all I'm the guy. I'm 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. I'm an MVP candidate every year. Y'all sleep. Y'all ain't finna fool me. My contract up in a year? Nah, B. I'll play when I'm healthy. You don't like it? Trade me. And if you do trade me, tell the team I ain't signing no extension. So, I mean, this is what's going on. Kawhi Leonard in this situation, I think he's looking at his Isaiah Thomas situation saying, yo, I want to allow myself to be what happened to Isaiah. That man gave his all for organization. What more can you ask of a guy? He plays after the death of his sister in a car accident, and he plays on an injury. He was injured for months. He needed surgery. Kawhi's like, I'm quiet, but I ain't no fool.
I want to salute you, homie, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now, you're turning up on MrTaliaferro.com, shawty.